Once you have the Oasis Workflow plugin installed, creating an editorial workflow is fast and easy. To get started, click on the Workflows menu, and then click on Add New Workflow. Now, give your workflow a name. You also have the option to give a description. When you're ready, click Save to begin constructing your workflow. The Oasis Workflow allows you to build in detail each step of your workflow using the processes at the top right-hand side of the screen. You can quickly organize and structure your workflow by dragging and dropping each process onto the canvas. Once you drag the process onto the canvas, a window will automatically open displaying the step information options. Now you are able to add in and edit all information regarding your step. You can choose to change the name of your step, add assignees, by selecting specific roles or specific users. For task assignment, you can also choose to assign to all assignees. This will essentially hide the user selection option when signing off or submitting to the workflow, and instead assign the task to all assignees. You also have the option to indicate if this is the first step in the workflow. If this is the first step in the workflow, you have the option to specify the status of the post upon submission. In the case of a review step, you have an option to specify the approval settings. Below, you can configure the settings of your assignment email that is sent out when the task is assigned to the user or users. To personalize your emails, you can select placeholders that can be added to the email subject or the message. You can also configure the details of your reminder email again by choosing a placeholder and filling in the information that you wish to include. Once you have all your information filled out, click on Save. You'll notice the process icon is now highlighted in blue. This is to indicate to you that this is the first step in the workflow. Now I'll add an assignment step. Again, you have the option to choose from a list of available assignees. Once you have edited your options, click Save to confirm these changes. Now I'll add a published step and edit the step information for my final step, just like I did for the others by choosing my assignees. Once all your step details are configured the way you want, you can start connecting the steps of your workflow by clicking on the square icon and dragging the arrow to the next process. Immediately, you are prompted to configure the connection settings. Here you can view the current connection source and target. Select the post status when the post goes from source step to target step. You can set the connection path to be a path taken when the assignment is completed or approved, or a path taken when the assignment is not completed or rejected. The blue arrows represent success paths, and the red arrows represent failure paths. I can have multiple paths based on the same conditions. So for example, if the task fails to be signed off as successful at the publish process, I can have it sent back to the assignment process, which I have assigned to the author, or the review process, which I have assigned to the editor. You can specify different post statuses for these connections. Like when it goes from publish to assignment, it will go back into draft status. But if it goes from publish to review, it will go in pending review status. Once your workflow configuration is complete, you can now set the date for which you would like to have this workflow activated and made accessible. Optionally, you can also set the date for which your workflow will be deactivated. If you want this to be an ongoing workflow, you have the option of not selecting an end date. You have the options to make your workflow applicable to new articles and/or revised articles. You can also restrict the workflow to a specific role by specifying which roles can submit to the workflow. Under the post types, you can specify which post types the workflow is applicable to. Oasis Workflow works with custom post types as well. That's it. Save the workflow and you are all set to use your editorial review process. Take a look at some of the workflows created by our users, and you will see that the Oasis Workflow gives you the flexibility to create basic to highly sophisticated workflows quickly and easily.